Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I just wanted to quickly show the two 2020 Lamy Safari colours. Anyone who's followed my channel or has seen on my Instagram knows that I'm very much Team Safari when it comes to Lamy. I much prefer the Safari over the All-Star. And while I got the white silver Lamy All-Star this year, I was particularly excited about the strawberries, the red one here, and cream cozy Lamy Safaris for the year. These are beautiful colors. Now, as I'm talking primarily about the colors, I will do a very quick writing sample, but Lamys write like Lamys. So these have the same nibs as any other Lamy Safari does. I have an extra fine on the cream and a medium on the red. I'm actually going to swap out the nib on the cream eventually for a black nib because I think that will look spectacular, but they come with the silver plain chrome colored ones. But just for a couple of, just for like sake of comparison, to put the colors into context, here is the terracotta. I don't have the standard red Lamy Safari in my collection, but here is the white, so you can get a sense of that cream. But the closest I have actually to the red is the Japanese model with the red trim, which you can see it's a slightly lighter red trim. It's more vibrant than the red on the Japanese Safari, but here is the white and then the terracotta, just to put these colors into context there. So apart from the color and the fact that, and the trims and all that kind of stuff, these are your standard matte Lamy Safaris. They are the matte version. You can see, if I hold it up alongside the white here, you can see that it's got that sort of slight texture on it. It's very nice, and I do love the matte finishes. I've got most of the matte finishes that have been available. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. So these are the colors, the strawberries and cream. I'll do a quick writing sample, but if you want to watch a review of the Lamy Safari, I've done several. There are many around. They're really good, solid standard pens, and in Australia, they retail for around the 50 to 55 Australian dollar mark, which puts them in a pretty healthy sort of place in the market. A little bit more than, say, the Kaweco Sport, around the same sort of prices like a TWSBI Eco, a bit more than a Pilot Metropolitan, that kind of price range. They take the standard Lamy converter and cartridges, come with blue cartridges. I've inked them up with different colors, different inks using the converters, which why don't I just quickly take one of these apart for you to show you. So we'll not take it apart, but so we've got the standard Lamy nib there, and then I've put the standard sort of converter in there, which has the lugs on the side to click into those slots. They're very simple pens. They've been around for decades, and they but yeah, these finishes I think are particularly nice. I'll show it up in nice detail here for you. So it's got that matte finish. It's sort of it's definitely on the orange side of red. It's almost kind of, I would say it's probably a true red. There's no sort of pink in it or anything like that. It's just a very nice solid red, and the trim matches very nicely. And then the cream version you can see here, same thing, silver nib or the chrome nib. Everything is the same. The one thing I will say about the cream is that it does show up ink on the section very strongly. So I feel this, like I will fill a converter pen, pardon me, I will fill a converter pen through the nib. So like I put the converter in, put the nib section into bottle of ink and pull up through there. That way you're not only just filling up the converter, you're also filling up the feed. You just get a bit more ink in it, and there are ways you can do that, of course, by putting the converter in and out, but it's just how I fill it, one of the standard ways. If you get ink on this section, it does show up and it does kind of stain. I had to actually wash it quite a lot to get the ink off. The ink I have in this is Troublemaker Purple Yam, so it's a relatively concentrated ink, not super concentrated, and it is a safe ink, but it did sort of get on the section a bit and took a bit of cleaning. You can actually see some little remnants of that around the edge of the section there. So I'll do a quick writing sample, and let's see how we go. Standard 90 GSM Clairefontaine paper here. So this is the Lamy Safari 2022 Cozy. I'll say this is the cream Now, I bought these from Milligram here in Australia. They're a great Lamy retailer, but I did buy these myself. The ink I have in this, I should say this is a extra fine, and it's a nice extra fine. Actually, both these nibs are very, very smooth. I'm very happy with it. The ink I have in here is Troublemaker Purple Yam. It's quite a blue purple, and it's very dark. It does, like when I bought this ink, the sample on the website, like the swatch looked a lot more purple. This is not a like purple ink, but I don't know what that was. But for an extra fine, it's probably one of the finer extra fines I've had on a Lamy Safari, actually. Still wouldn't, you know, it's still probably about the same as a pilot fine. In fact, I've seen pilot mediums that are probably as fine as this. But yeah, it writes very nicely. Not a super wet ink, but you know, and sort of in this pen, it's doing a nice job. You can see it's quite blue there on the swatch sample. Then if we take the red, this is the Lamy Safari 2022 strawberry. So the idea being strawberries and cream, which is nice. They've had those candy ones, and last year, of course, they had the Terra Red and Savannah Green. You know, these matte pens are particularly, I think, coming out to be quite nice additions. There's a few colours I would love to see Lamy do. Like, I think we all want to see Lamy bring back the dark lilac in some way. That would be great. I'd love a real forest green as opposed to the petrol green that we had, either in the matte or in the gloss kind of finish. This is a medium nib. These are steel nibs, of course. The ink in this is Sailor Aurora, which is a beautiful, beautiful red, and I actually think matches this pen really, really closely. A friend of mine put Pilot Iroshizuku Momiji in theirs, which I think is a little bit pinker, but this red is really wonderful. This is actually a very, very smooth medium from Lamy, which is nice. I tend to get mediums from Lamy. Actually, I tend to get mediums or extra fines because they tend to be sort of the nibs that fit my handwriting best, I guess you could say. You know, but I think it's, yeah, they write very nicely, and they're sort of quite reliable and quite smooth. But I think when I can, I will definitely be putting a black nib on that cream pen. I think that looks awesome. But anyway, these were the two colours for this year's 2022 Lamy Safari, which I really enjoy. I think they're great colours. I think the finish looks great with these. I particularly love the cream. I think that's just, I like off-white. In fact, I used to have a Jinhao, one of those, I can't remember which number it was, 991 or something like that, in the cream finish, which I quite enjoyed. I like it. So yeah, these are the 2022 Cozy Strawberries and Cream colours from Lamy. I hope you found this video interesting and useful, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos that I produce. Please feel free to get in touch using any of the platforms listed below. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at @the_sage_me, or you can contact me in any of my videos here, or drop me an email, which is listed down below. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you would like to support my channel by sponsoring a review or providing an item for review, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.